People in here. So we get in here. Yo, what up? Nothing much. What's going on? Jump on here. I got this long ride, so I guess I get on the live. But I took down my little studio area. I'm about to put it back up so I can, get back in the rhythm of doing some videos at home. I'll probably set that up this week and start really getting into it again, especially for this spring game coming up. But Ohio State spring game. That spring game is pretty funny to me. It really is, because I know a lot of us, we were in the chats yesterday, whether it was Menace to Sports and Amazing Blue Review, or and what's his name, Rod Farva, something like that. He wants to take up for their spring game. How soft it is. It's soft. He knows it's soft. Everybody knows it's soft. You know what I'm saying? But my problem is when you're not hitting guys, the offensive line, they're going through it halfway. The defensive line, they're going through it halfway. Your linebackers and your safeties, they're going through it halfway because they're not hitting. So it's just like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get it. I get it, I guess. You don't want to get hurt, but it's at that point, it's like, why even play him in the spring game? You just doing a walkthrough, because that's what it is. If you're not hitting your running backs, it's a walkthrough. So your defensive line, they're not gonna be going full speed, because if you go full speed, blow through a dude, you about to hit somebody. I'm about to hit now. I done did the work to get in the backfield. I'm about to hit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just soft. I mean, what can I say? It's soft. But their spring game has been like that the last couple of years. It's been soft, buttercup. It is what it is. I mean, they cannot like it, but they know it. They know it too. That's why they try to take up so hard for it. It was just the first quarter. It was just this. Okay. What else? Their quarterbacks. None of their quarterbacks looked good to me. They didn't really look good to me. They looked all right, They looked all right. So that's gonna be the question. They got the same question we got with the quarterbacks. Will Howard, 61% last year. That was his best passing year, 61%. People don't want me to dive into the numbers. If I dive into them, I'm really gonna pick you apart. 61% last year. For his career, 58%. There's no universe where that's good. You know what I'm saying? Devin Brown, he's brittle. If you name Devin Brown the starter and he starts, how many games is he gonna last? Will he last one game? That's still waiting to see. Julian saying they said he was looking the best sometimes, but in the spring game he didn't look that good either. Looked like the speed of the game was too much for him on some of them throws. Some of them throws, they just weren't they weren't popping off his arm. And this is not me hating. This is just what I saw. I'm just telling you what I saw. He ain't look that good. Looked like the game was moving a little too fast for him. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Nolan, it's hard to even take something from what he was doing. He was against the bottom of the bench. He was out there against Velasquez, the dude that transferred from Michigan. He out there against Velasquez, the third and fourth stringers. I can't take really nothing from that. You know, you playing against the third and fourth stringers. I can't take really much from that at all. You know what I'm saying? But they all look all right. You know, which is fine if, you know, it's just the spring game, but, you know, we all picking it apart online because they got championship or bust expectations, same way we did last year. Goal wasn't just to win the Big Ten last year. The goal wasn't just to win one playoff game. The goal was to win the championship. So when you got championship expectations and you got question marks on the biggest position, that's somewhat of a problem. Julian saying it's gonna be hard to start him. He's a freshman. You start him, you probably gonna lose. It's a big possibility you lose to Oregon and Michigan. Ain't no freshman gonna beat Michigan. It's just not gonna happen. Not the way the defense is playing now. Not the way the scheme is. Freshmen ain't beating that defense. He gonna be lost, confused, and bewildered. You just not. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have to be an extremely great game manager. And it's going to be hard to even game manage against what Michigan does on defense. That's just what it is. I'm in the GMC truck. Okay. But yeah, it's going to be hard for them to beat Michigan with a freshman. It's going to be hard to beat Oregon with a freshman. Freshmen make mistakes. Freshmen will underthrow balls thinking they can make a throw that they made in high school, not realizing how fast the defensive guys, not realizing how fast the defensive players, you know, move in college. Because practice ain't the game. You know, spring game is similar to a game or actual game. So the speed is going to be up a little bit more. Dudes are hungry. I will say this. Their defense looked pretty good for the most part. At least their secondary. Let me just preface that. Their secondary looked pretty good. You know? Yeah, their secondary looked pretty good to me at least, you know? And that's one of their strengths. But it's hard to take from the offensive line, the defensive line. Pass blocking, the offensive line looked pretty boo-boo. It did. It was a doggone turnstile. Them dudes was coming in so fast. You know, so their biggest question is going to be offensive line. Can they get it to jail like they need to win a championship? And quarterback. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. The Jeremiah Smith kid, you know, he's got a lot of hype. He didn't really do much. They were trying to get him the ball, but just wasn't going. OSU corners weren't going for it. So it is what it is. We'll see. But that was my takeaways. Looking soft in the trenches. Quarterback play kind of mid. You know. And good defense. Pretty much what we already knew about Ohio State for the most part. Pretty much. You know. Let's see. Oh boy, let's get into this. So the penalties. Some penalties came down for the Burger Gate. 5 coaches got a show clause. Those coaches aren't at Michigan. I read that nobody on this staff is gonna get is getting penalized with recruiting or anything. And Michigan's on 3-year probation. And boy, you would have thought Ohio State won the Natty yesterday. Boy, you would have thought they won the Natty yesterday. Yes! It's happening! Woo! It's happening, guys! I knew it! This is only the beginning. This is the appetizer. The cheating's gonna be the main course. Yes! This is the appetizer. It's gonna happen. Woo! Boy, they is funny. Boy, Ohio State fans are funny for what we've done to them, what Michigan has done to them. They are funny. They are funny, bro. Like, they are funny. Like, they cannot resist themselves. Buckeye Scoop, all them, the fans in these chats, they are just hilarious with this stuff. Like, and I get it, but that still ain't saving y'all. See, they want Ohio State fans, and this is my problem with them. They want the NCAA to save them. That's what they want. They still want that. They done brought all these players back. Michigan doesn't have a chance. We got all these players. We got Caleb Downs, and we got Will Howard, and we brought back JTT and Jack Sawyer. They're first-round DNs. Yeah, okay. We got those guys back. We got Denzel Burke. We got Lathan Ransom. They all came back. Travion Henderson. We got Quinshon Judkins. You guys don't have a chance, scum. But yet you still hoping for the NCAA to save y'all somehow. If we ain't got a chance, why you need them to come in and swoop in and save y'all? Ain't nobody saving y'all. That's what y'all want. Save us. Hopefully it's more getting suspended. Y'all, they hoping for any and everything to come in and save them. Get better on that field and save yourself. Stop being soft. Don't let us run the ball down your throat for 7 minutes. Save yourself. Get Ryan Day to know when to run it or when to pass it within the flow of the game. Save yourself. They want somebody to save them. NCAA hammer, please come down on them. Y'all want a guaranteed victory. That's what you want. Ain't nothing guaranteed on that field, and them headlines ain't gonna save you. You're gonna have to get out there and hit. Something we didn't see last week. You're gonna have to get out there and hit. We only lost by 6. That ain't gonna save you. You feel better about that? No. Y'all want somebody to save y'all. The great Ohio State with all these recruits, all these top recruits. I'm seeing a lot of NCAA, don't hit Michigan. NCAA, save us from having to play against Michigan with all these dudes. Come save us. Come hit them with a hammer so they players leave. And it can be easy. That's what I see. I see fans that want a guarantee. Okay, all their players are transferring because they're getting in trouble, and Okay, now we're guaranteed. Whew, ain't no way we losing to this team. Well, now I feel better. That's what they want. Talking about he's a tough team. I'd like to know where Lou Holtz is. I'd like to know where Lou Holtz was last week when he watched that. If he watched that spring game, I'd like to know where Lou Holtz was. He's somewhere talking about they stay soft. But yeah, that's my take on the penalties. The penalties aren't really a big thing, honestly. We'll see how deep it runs on the recruiting. But from the article I read, there was, because a lot of them didn't really tell you that much. I found one that kind of told you a little bit more. And so it's really a watch yourself. The probation is really a watch yourself. The coaches with the show cause, they're all gone. So that's what I saw. I ain't gonna say it's a fact, because if somebody on the staff or something gets suspended, then you don't know what you're talking about. But that's what I saw. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's my biggest take from, Ohio State fans. And, because, when we were losing to them, man, I wish you guys would get better and return the rivalry to what it was. And then when we start winning, boy, they hoping for a death penalty. They hoping for something to come down to bring them back on top of the Big Ten. They want to be back on top, but they don't want to work for it. They want to be back on top of the Big Ten, but they want it handed to them. NCAA, come on, man. Hand it back to us. Come on. These guys are physical. These guys are physical, man. Just, come on, please. Just, come on. Hammer them so their recruits leave. Like, come on, please. But yeah, that's what's going on with it. I don't want to keep harping on them, but that's how I feel about what I'm seeing from their fan base with the Michigan stuff. We're gonna have to see. This is let me touch on this one, and I'm gonna get off this probation stuff and all this. This is separate. This Burgergate stuff is separate from the Connor Stallion stuff. So if we were to get hit with something with the Connor Stallion stuff, it's likely that's not going to happen for a while. You know what I'm saying? It could be a while. I don't even think they've sent their letter to Michigan at all yet. So it could be a long time before that even comes down. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? The NCAA is on its last leg. For anybody that doesn't know this, the NCAA is on their last leg. They're on the edge of not having any power very soon. Very soon. Very soon they won't have any power for college football. It's coming, and it's coming faster and faster each year. So pretty soon it's going to be Big Ten, SEC, and whatever else. But that's going to be what's going on. And college football is going to be a totally different entity for the most part. And you're not going to have to deal with the NCAA and they confusion and their nonsense, because they really don't know what they're doing. They did the NIL, no rules, no holds barred, and then they tried to come with some rules, and then they said, okay, just do what you want. They don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And then you got schools like Tennessee taking them to court and stuff like that, and they're beating the NCAA. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the thing. That's the thing about that. Yo, what up, bro? So, what else? What else? So, Michigan spring game is coming up, which I'm actually excited for, because Michigan gonna hit. I mean, most schools hit at their spring game, and and most schools don't do a walkthrough. Our running backs. let me touch on this one more thing. And when you don't hit, when you show stuff like that, Ohio State is the same school that had problems in 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 3s, but you ain't in the. Yeah, we're not gonna hit. Our backs we aren't gonna hit in the spring game. All right, okay, but hey, Michigan gonna hit. Michigan gonna hit. The only player that you probably won't see out there long is Donovan. You probably won't see Donovan Edwards out there for long. He'll probably play 4 or 5 plays, a series or something, and he'll probably sit down. Because if you ain't gonna be hitting like that, what's the point of being out there? If you scared of him getting hurt, what are you out there for? We don't want to risk injury. Well, what are you out there for? Sit his butt down. If you out there, you can get hurt. Doing a walkthrough. What are you out there for? We trying to play some football. If we doing a walkthrough before the game, then let's say call this the walkthrough. I thought it was, if it's called a spring game, let's put players out there that's finna be hidden. Came here to see some hidden. I ain't come here to see no walkthrough. I ain't tune in on ESPN to see no walkthrough. Came to see some pads popping. But we don't want to get guys hurt. Well, what we playing football for? Call it 7-on-7 then. Here to see some football. But yeah, Michigan will hit. So you'll see dudes hitting. You know what I'm saying? The only question I wonder is, are all the quarterbacks going to be live? Because honestly, they probably should be. You know what I'm saying? But, you might not want to get your projected starter that you haven't said it yet, but this guy, you want him to start. So you might not have him get hit. You know what I'm saying? Those top 2 quarterbacks, you might not let them get hit, go live. We're used to quarterbacks not getting hit in these spring games and stuff like that. At least the top 2 quarterbacks, you're used to that. But everybody else, we finna hit. Defensive line, offensive line, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, I want to see Cole Cabana. I know he's way down the depth chart, but I haven't seen him at all. I haven't seen him. What has it been? This is year 2. I ain't seen him. I want to see Cole Cabana. I'm starting to think, does this dude exist? Is he I want to see him. You don't want quarterbacks live for the spring game? It don't really bother me, Don't really bother me too much. But yeah, I want to see Cole Cabana. I want to see some of these. I want to see the wide receivers. Khalil and what's his name? Benjamin Hall. I'm not really worried about them. I want to see guys that I haven't seen that much of, and guys that I want to see progressed. So the receivers, I want to see them, most of them, because I want to see all the receivers because they're all having to take on a bigger role. So I want to see them, see how their route running is and somewhat, and how they looking with the quarterbacks. Zeke Berry. I want to see Zeke Berry, Cody Jones, McBurrows, guys that'll be in that nickel corner, and maybe that other corner, Hill, Waller. I'm gonna be looking at those guys. I wouldn't expect Will Johnson to play that long in this one. Like our dudes, our star dudes, they're gonna play, but I don't expect them to play that long. You hear what I'm saying? I don't expect Will Johnson, Makari, Page, even Quentin Johnson, Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, Josiah, Derek Moore. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect those dudes to play that long, because those are all the star-studded dudes. You know what I'm saying? They gonna play. I just don't know for how long. I don't know who this is. Somebody. I ain't got not a moderator in here. Get him out of here. But I don't expect them to play long. You know. If you don't want them to play football, sit them down. You know, sit them down. If you don't want them to play football, sit them down. Oh God, why are y'all so annoying? Y'all so annoying. But yeah, if you don't want them to play, if you don't want them to get hurt, don't have them out there. Simple as that. Simple as that. You don't want them out there, don't. You don't want them to get risk injury, and you want to walk through and all this. Well, what are you out there for? That's my thing. You don't want Mason Graham to get hurt or whatever. Why is he out there? Why is he out there? You don't want Will Johnson at risk? Well, sit him down. There ain't no point of him being out there. Let one of them young dudes get in there and get them reps. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't get nothing as a fan. Like, if I was a fan of Ohio State, I don't get anything from watching Henderson and Judkins. Those where linebackers and defensive linemen aren't trying to hit you, explode through a hole like, woohoo, I could have took it to the house. Yeah, okay. Your dudes are literally not trying to hit you, but okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't get anything out of that. You know, so as far as Michigan, Sharon, you don't want them dudes playing, or you don't want them getting hurt or getting hit, sit them down. You know? But that's normally what we do. So I don't expect them dudes, those veteran dudes, to be out there that much. Or a dude like Will Johnson, who's, I mean, you the best corner probably in the nation. You really ain't got much to prove. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no point of you being out there like that. You know? But if you out there, be out there. You get what I'm saying? If you out there, be out there. Play football if you out there. But yeah, so that's what I'm trying to see. Zeke Berry, Cole Cabana, TJ Guy. Even though TJ Guy's been around a long time, he ain't played that much. I honestly thought he would have got in the rotation last year. You know? But, you know, we were already 8 deep without him. So it's hard to crack a defensive line when you 8 deep, when they're already 8 deep and you ain't in that 8. So you going to get in garbage time. So that's what happened with TJ Guy. what's the offensive line now? The last few years, Michigan has done a draft. Like, they draft the two teams. So you won't be able to take much from the offensive line on this. The offensive line is a unit, so it's going to be hard to take that. Those dudes have to learn each other, so you're not going to get much from the if they do the same format. You're not going to get like, man, the offensive line didn't look that good. If they do it like normally where they pick, you're going to be like, that's a reason the offensive line ain't looking that good. You get what I'm saying? But as far as the defense, you can you're going to get real takeaways from that, regardless of how regardless of if they do a draft or not. You know what I'm saying? When it's 3rd and 8, you'll be able to see, okay, TJ Guy, he's popping off my screen. He's coming around that edge. You can take something from that. Okay, Derek Moore, he's bull rushing whoever that is into the backfield. I can take something from that. Josiah Stewart, he looks unblockable. You know what I'm saying? You can take stuff from that. Those are things you can take from that. Also, I want to see how Barham. Not sure how much those dudes will play. Barham and Hausman. I want to see how they're looking. They say they're looking real good, but also Rolder and Hood want to see how they're looking. Oh boy, we got a traffic jam on the causeway. But yeah, we want to see how those dudes are looking. Those linebackers, safety. I mean, it's really the backups. On defense, most of the defense is kind of set. It's really about those backups. Offensive line, I want to see them, but if they're doing the draft, you can't take much from it because it's not a whole unit. Let's see. No, that's pretty much for the spring game. I want to see some of them younger dudes. Jordan Marshall. I want to see the younger dudes that I haven't gotten to see how they're looking. The receivers. The portal has opened. We haven't really lost anybody that's worth mentioning. They're all bottom of the depth chart kind of guys. People are saying we need a quarterback. I'm just not into that. We haven't had great luck getting a transfer guy. There's a lot of, besides Jake Rudock, I guess you could say Shea Patterson, but honestly, we thought he was going to be better than he was. He always made a bonehead mistake. He didn't want to be great at football. To want to be great at football, you have to sacrifice a lot of stuff. And he just didn't seem like he wanted to make those sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the portal, I'm just not sure. It's already late. So if you get somebody now, by the time they enroll, like how much time is this guy going to have to actually get the offense? Then you won't really know, can he handle the pressure unless he's been somewhere where there's been a lot of pressure. And if he was somewhere where there was a lot of pressure, why did he leave? Can he live up to the pressure? Can he handle the pressure? Because you're going to have a lot of pressure. You coming to be quarterback for a team that just won a national championship. Can he handle, when he's bad, the Boo Birds coming and saying, we want Alex Orji? Can he handle that? So all this, we need a quarterback in the portal. I'm not sure we do. I'm just not. Because it's a lot that comes with it, and it's already late. If we were to get a quarterback, I would have liked to have gotten him in that first portal. It's finna be late. It's almost, what is it? It's almost May. By the time he gets on campus, June, July, August, football. It's going to be football in about 3-4 months. 3-4 months. It's going to be football. By the time he gets on campus, it's going to be football in about 3 months. He's got to pick up the offense, learn the offense, build a rapport with receivers, and understand. And you need him to get not just know the plays, but get a true grasp of the offense, what we're trying to accomplish with the pressure of being at Michigan. The pressure of, okay, I got a freak of nature behind him that half the fan base actually wants to start. So I don't need a transfer portal dude unless we already know he's a stud. This is that dude. If he ain't that, I don't think we need a transfer quarterback. Unless he's that dude. Like, man, this dude is, we gotta get him. We gotta get him. Unless he's that, I don't think so. And there ain't many of them out there. That transfer portal ain't no fix-all for quarterback. Definitely is not. Like people saying, Ohio State saying our quarterbacks would start for Michigan. Would they? I'm not sure if I would want them to. Y'all quarterbacks, if I was to pick Ohio State's quarterbacks and Alex Orji, I'd probably take Alex Orji. Will Howard, 60%, barely, 58% for his career. Let me see what Alex Orji can do. Devin Brown, I ain't seen enough, but I know when he plays, he gets hurt. I'll take Alex Orji. Julian saying he's a freshman. I ain't got time for that this year. If I wanted a freshman, I could take Jaden Davis. So, I don't know why they think the quarterbacks that they be having are just so great. Y'all ain't got Dwayne Haskins on that roster. Y'all ain't got Justin Fields. Ain't no CJ Stroud. I don't know what y'all be talking about. They be living in a fantasy land half the time. If our quarterbacks were to transfer there, you guys would take us to start. We'd take him to see. I ain't saying I would want him to start. I'd take Alex Orji over every quarterback y'all got right now. I would. Just to see. Because his upside looks better than all of them dudes. I'm sorry. His upside just looks better than them. Now you got freshmen, but we got a freshman that's got tons of upside. But he's a freshman. Get what I'm saying? So what else? We need some receivers. We do need receivers because we don't have any receiver depth. Need a receiver. We need veteran receivers. Honestly, we need some veteran receivers, like 2 veterans, at least one. Just for depth purposes, because we still don't know if Peyton O'Leary can actually play big-time football. We don't even know. Right now, if I'm looking at the offense, we're going to be in 2 tight end sets, a bunch of 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver sets. Or at least 2 tight end sets, because looks like Loveland is that. I mean, we know Loveland is that. And what's the other tight end that they say is a freak of nature too? Say Loveland said he's bigger than him, faster than him. Klein. So it looks like we might have to be in 2 2 tight end sets with either Loveland and Klein or Loveland and Bredesen or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So we need receivers. We need some veteran receivers. Sure-handed receivers, you know. That's one need. Some people are saying offensive line. I don't think we do need. I don't think we need offensive line. That's just me. We got a ton of dudes that have been sitting and waiting their turn. It's not like those dudes didn't get their turn because they aren't capable. Those offensive linemen didn't get their turn because We got transfer dudes that had been seniors, that have been starting, have 17 or 25 starts. You know, when you started a bunch, that means you somewhat know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So those younger dudes that we have as offensive linemen, they've had time to grow. They're red shirt sophomores now. They're red shirt juniors now. They've been around. So it's their turn. You know what I'm saying? It's their turn. And we got a lot of them. So the offensive line, we really don't. We've got Hinton. So Hinton's been around. And some of these other dudes have played also. A lot of these dudes have played. It just wasn't in starting positions. But the way we blew everybody out, they got some game experience last year. You know what I'm saying? They done played. All of them done played some snaps. But, you know, when you had Henderson and all these dudes that have played 50 snaps, 50 starts and things like that, they're going to get the start. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning of the season. You know what I'm saying? Just is what it is. You know, they're veterans. We got veteran transfer guys last year. So, you know, but that helped us this year because these guys got to sit and learn some more. You know. So I don't think we need offensive linemen. Maybe a corner that can start. Safety, we're fine at safety. You know, I see some people saying safety, or I think I was watching college football with Sam or something. He's talking about safety. We're fine at safety. We got Quentin Johnson. He's a senior. He's been playing. Makari Page has started the last 2 years. He's a senior, a fifth year. I don't know. I can't keep track no more. We're fine at safety. Zeke Berry, they say Zeke Berry has taken that step and he's rotating in with the ones. That's 3 safeties right there. That's 3. That's 3 right there. You know what I'm saying? So we really don't need it. And that's to say who knows who else has, you know, gotten in that mix. The thing that helps Michigan is play positions that we were deep in, we rotated. You know what I'm saying? So safety, when it was Rod Moore, and when Rod Moore was hurt, you saw Keon Saab get in there, and Quentin Johnson, Makari, Zeke. You saw all these dudes rotating. You know what I'm saying? So linebacker, they say Ncaa Green may come back. That would be nice. I don't know what Ncaa Green went off and went somewhere small for. I don't know why he did that. We were rotating dudes. We were rotating dudes all last year. He would have been in the rotation with Hausman, Junior Colson, Mike Barrett, Hausman, and Ncaa Green. They would have all been rotating. They would have all been rotating. I don't know why you went off and left, boy. You done missed your championship. But I'm almost to my. I gotta take